Picture your hormones as unpredictable weather. One moment calm, the next a category 5 storm coming across the horizon, bringing with it anxiety, mood swings, and sadness that can leave you feeling lost in the aftermath. If you're battling these emotional surges and craving stability, you're not alone. A silent storm many women face, the emotional whirlwind of midlife and menopause. Hurricane season rolled around this year, and honestly, every year we find ourselves hoping history won't repeat itself. I got a reminder image in my social feed from many years ago when Matthew came through our area and we were forced to evacuate. It was a cute picture where we were trying to make the best of it, where we had evacuated to, but it was a chilling reminder of the stress and trauma. So, just to give you a little background, we actually moved to Hilton Head thinking we would avoid hurricanes. We had a lot of reasons to consider Florida, but Florida was always managing some sort of hurricane or storm activity. So we really looked at Hilton Head and said, well, they never get hurricanes. And Hilton Head is sort of set in on the coast. And most of the hurricanes, even the ones that come up the coast, kind of skirt outside of where the island's barrier sits. And so we do miss most of them, but I can assure you we don't miss all of them. And Matthew was a great example of this. So this happened within just a couple of years of moving to Hilton Head. And honestly, we thought we had brought the storms with us because this had not happened in many decades. And within a couple of years, we had had several significant storms that had required evacuation, including Matthew, that caused a lot of damage and really hit almost directly the southern end of Hilton Head Island. So, in this particular case with Matthew, we did make the decision to evacuate last minute. Fortunately, we already had a trip planned inland a few hours. By the time we decided to evacuate, there was no traffic on the road. So we had an easy drive to where we ended up. The real stress, though, came from the not knowing, even once the storm had passed. So, what we really learned from this experience is that the stress from the storm starts well before it arrives and lasts well beyond after it leaves. Really, these are unknown and uncontrollable situations. So, through the whole experience, the stress just continued. There was really nothing we could do but to try to soothe ourselves and even try to distract ourselves from what was going on, and in particular what was going on at home, that all the services are cut off and you really have no way even to monitor what's happening. So let's break down the difference between normal stress and harmful distress. We're going to highlight the warning signs to watch for and share practical ways to protect emotional and physical health. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Gayla Gorman, a licensed acupuncturist, naturopath, and author of What's Your Kryptonite? If you'd like to connect with me, use the QR code on the screen or go to drgayla.com/links. On this channel, I'm here to help you reverse the effects of chronic stress so that you can cruise through midlife and beyond symptom-free. Now, let's continue and talk about a critical turning point that often goes unnoticed when everyday stress transforms into harmful distress. It's easy to brush off tension as just part of life, but when stress starts to linger and affect your mood, sleep, or health, it can quietly erode your well-being. Understanding the signs that stress has crossed the line is essential, especially for women in midlife who may already be juggling hormonal changes and new life challenges. First, I think it's important that we really talk about stress versus anxiety. Have you ever wondered why sometimes you feel tense for a reason and other times worry just won't go away for no apparent reason? Here's how to tell if it's stress or anxiety. Stress tends to be a response to an external trigger. So think of us getting through the storm. Stress usually happens when you're facing a specific life challenge, like a tight deadline, a family argument, a big life change, or something that comes on you that you have no control over, like a storm. It's your body's natural reaction to a real or perceived threat, and it typically fades once the situation is resolved. Anxiety, on the other hand, lingers even without a clear reason. Anxiety is more of an internal, ongoing feeling. It can stick around even when there's no obvious cause, showing up as persistent worry, fear, or unease that interferes with daily life. So, unlike stress, anxiety can persist long after the original stressor is gone, or even without any clear stressor at all. They do share symptoms, though, but duration and triggers differ. Both stress and anxiety can cause symptoms like a racing heart, sweating, trouble sleeping, and difficulty focusing. The key difference: stress is tied to a specific situation and usually goes away, while anxiety is more chronic and can occur without a clear trigger. So there's a reason why stress and anxiety are often looked at the same way, but managing them will require different approaches. So, just to continue exploring the emotional distress in midlife, or what can be thought of as a midlife crisis, can be a confusing and overwhelming experience for many women. This period often brings a mix of personal, relational, and physical changes that can challenge a woman's sense of balance and well being. Understanding the unique pressures of midlife is essential for recognizing and addressing emotional distress. So there may be multiple co-occurring stressors. Midlife women frequently face overlapping challenges like changing family relationships, work-life balance struggles, health concerns, and even financial pressures. This can intensify emotional distress. Increased mental health risks are also common. Rates of psychological distress and mental health problems are notably higher among women in midlife compared to men, with up to a fifth of women experiencing significant symptoms during this stage. Triggers can include loss, identity shifts, and societal pressure. Emotional distress is often triggered by things like divorce, loss of loved ones, career changes, and even societal expectations about aging. This often leads to feelings of sadness, anxiety, and can even leave you questioning your purpose. So, how do we cope with anxiety in menopause? Essentially, it requires hormone regulation, but I'm going to encourage that we do this without turning to hormone therapy. Coping with anxiety during menopause often involves understanding the role of hormone regulation and the various options available for relief. Hormone changes can trigger both emotional and physical symptoms, making it important to explore individualized strategies for managing anxiety that's coming as a result of these hormonal changes. You might need to turn for some extra support from healthcare professionals, but more importantly, make lifestyle adjustments. This can make a significant difference in well being. Remember, I told you we were going to encourage you not to consider hormone replacement therapy. I can say that this is going to be the first thing that most medical doctors are going to encourage you to try. Hormone replacement therapy can stabilize mood by supplementing declining estrogen and progesterone levels. It's been shown to reduce anxiety and improve mood by balancing neurotransmitters like serotonin and promoting relaxation and better sleep. But it is a risky solution, especially with long term use. I have a video on my channel. Just search for hormone replacement therapy. If your best efforts to live a healthy lifestyle and all the things you've been led to think are supposed to work aren't getting the job done, you may even be feeling like you take 2 steps forward and 3 back. I have more resources to help you navigate midlife. Just go to drgala.com/links. And in my next video, I'll show you how to manage the toxic stress that's sabotaging your efforts. You can eliminate the symptoms that seem to be piling up in midlife naturally without medication, crazy diets, intense exercise, or any other unsustainable lifestyle hack.